$114,000. That is the drive-away price of a brand new 2026 Jayco Silverline Outback with a slide out sitting on a dealer lot right now in Melbourne. 114 grand. And what do you actually get for that money? You get Jayco's standard aluminium tough frame construction. You get aluminium-clad walls. You get a 2-year manufacturing warranty and 5 years structural. You get a Temper mattress, LED rock lights, and a 10-inch touchscreen. Lovely. But here's the thing nobody at the dealership will tell you. The bones of that Silverline, the frame, the wall construction, the way it goes together on the factory floor, are fundamentally the same methods Jayco uses across most of its range. You are paying $100 grand plus for a van built the same way as models costing half that, dressed up with nicer soft furnishings and a fancier control panel. And this is a company the AC has taken to federal court twice. Once for misleading customers about defective vans with collapsing roofs and persistent leaks, and again in mid-2025 for advertising its Outback and all-terrain models in off-road conditions that its own warranty specifically excluded. The ads showed creek crossings and four-wheel drive only tracks. The warranty said no, that's not rumor, that's public court record. So here's what I want to show you today. 5 Caravans that cost less than a new Silverline, in some cases dramatically less, and that will still be rolling down red dirt roads long after the Silverline has started leaking at the seams. I'm Liam, I'm 50. I've spent my adult life working on, around, and inside Caravans, and I'm not here to sell you anything. No sponsorships, no brand deals. Just an honest list from someone who's seen what holds up and what doesn't. Everything I'm about to tell you comes from documented owner reports, industry accreditation data, trade experience, and publicly verifiable facts. On we go. Number 5 is the Crusader Dreamhaven. Brand new, Australian-made, and starting from around $60,000. Let me say that again. 60 grand. New, for a full composite van built on a 100% Australian steel chassis by the company that has won the Caravan Industry Victoria Manufacturer of the Year award 4 times in the last 6 years. Crusader is also the first and only caravan manufacturer to hold CIV Master Manufacturer accreditation, meaning they've been independently assessed on quality management, customer service, compliance, and business systems. The Dreamhaven uses one-piece 40mm composite panels for the roof, floor, and walls. That means no timber frame soaking up moisture, no aluminium cladding lifting at the joints. Composite construction is the single most important factor in long-term caravan durability because it eliminates water ingress at the source. You are buying a structurally superior van to the Silverline for roughly half the price, and it comes with the full backing of one of the most stable manufacturers in the country. For a first-timer or anyone on a sensible budget, this is the smartest new caravan on the Australian market right now. Full stop. Number 4 is a second-hand Crusader. Specifically a 2 to 4 year old model from their mid-range or higher tiers, which you can find on the used market for roughly $45,000 to $65,000. Same composite construction, same Australian steel chassis, same award-winning quality, just without the new van price tag. Caravan depreciation hits hardest in the first 2 years, and a Crusader holds its value better than most because of that build quality reputation. A 3-year-old Crusader with 15 or 20,000 Ks on it is barely broken in. The composite panels won't have degraded. The chassis won't have corroded. The seals will still be solid. Compare that to a brand new Silverline, where owners have reported shower leaks, faulty wiring, loose external door screws, and fridges coming off their mounts within the first few months. I'm not saying every Silverline has those problems, but when you read the independent review platforms, the pattern is hard to ignore. A used Crusader gives you proven construction and someone else has already shaken out the factory gremlins for you. $30,000 to $50,000 saved, and you're getting a van that's built to a higher structural standard. Quick favor before I hit the top three, and these are the ones that really separate the pretenders from the performers. If this is useful, hit subscribe. It costs you nothing, and it helps get this in front of the next person who's about to drop $100,000 on a van that won't last. On we go. Number 3 is a second-hand Lotus Sprint. You'll find these on the used market between about $55,000 and $75,000 for a 3 to 6 year old example, depending on spec and condition. Lotus has been building caravans in Australia for over 21 years, and their off-road pedigree is among the strongest in the industry. The Sprint sits at the entry of their off-road lineup, and it's built on Lotus's own AL Plus aluminum alloy frames with Cruisemaster suspension and Red Arc electrical systems. Owners report doing tens of thousands of hard outback kilometers, including the Gibb River Road and Cape Levesque, with nothing more than minor warranty claims on an appliance here or there. 6-year-old Lotuses are still running strong, and the brand has a fiercely loyal following. People come back for their second and third van. That tells you something no brochure ever could. The Sprint won't have the Silverline's touchscreen or LED rock lights, but it will be standing upright and watertight 10 years from now, and that matters more than any gadget. For under $75,000 secondhand, you're buying genuine off-road capability that Jayco's own warranty says their Outback models aren't designed for. Number 2 is a used Kedron Caravan, and this is where the value equation gets genuinely ridiculous. Kedron has been family-built in Brisbane for over 60 years, 3 generations of the Gall family. If you've seen the Gall Boys documentaries, you've watched these vans get hammered through some of the most brutal terrain on the continent and come out looking like they went for a Sunday drive. Hot-dipped galvanized chassis, high-tensile interlocked aluminum frames that are robo-riveted and insulated, and a build philosophy that owners consistently describe with one word: over-engineered. A 5 to 8-year-old Kedron, depending on the model, will run you anywhere from $60,000 to $90,000 on the used market. That's the same ballpark as a new Silverline, sometimes less, and what you're getting is a van that was built by hand to a standard the Silverline's factory line simply cannot replicate at volume. A mate of mine has a 2014 Kedron ATV. He's towed it halfway around Australia, including 4 months in Tasmania, and his summary was, I'm quoting here, "It's over-engineered to the point of being boring. Nothing breaks, nothing rattles, nothing leaks." That is the highest praise a caravan can receive. When you buy a used Kedron, you're also buying into a manufacturer that's still there, still building, still answering the phone, still supplying parts. In an industry where brands are collapsing every few months, Zone RV at $42 million, Network RV at $30 million, Tango, Highline, the list keeps growing. Buying from a 60-year-old family business isn't just smart, it's survival instinct. And number 1, the van I would choose over a Silverline every single day of the week, and it won't cost you a cent more than the Jayco, a used bush tracker. Every bush tracker ever made was custom built from a blank canvas at their factory on the Sunshine Coast. Hot-dipped galvanized double-laminated chassis, 60-ton tensile axles, 3 separate water tanks, massive solar arrays, lithium battery banks, and a construction philosophy that treats durability as a survival requirement, not a marketing bullet point. A 10 to 15-year-old bush tracker in good condition will sell for somewhere between $50,000 and $80,000, depending on age, spec, and upgrades. Let me put that in plain language. For less than the price of a new Silverline, you can buy a van that was custom built a decade ago and is still running flawlessly in the most remote corners of Western Australia, the Kimberley, and the Simpson Desert. Documented owner history, not brochure talk. Bush trackers have been photographed still touring deep outback after 15 years of hard use with no major structural failures. The Silverline has a 10-inch touchscreen. The Bush tracker has a chassis that doesn't care if you drive it to the edge of the continent and back. I know which one I'd rather bet my money on. So the recap: 5 vans, all cheaper than a new Silverline. Number 5, a new Crusader Dreamhaven. Number 4, a used Crusader. Number 3, a used Lotus Sprint. Number 2, a used Kedron. And number 1, a used Bush tracker. My honest takeaway is this: the Jayco Silverline is not a bad caravan. It's comfortable, it tows well, and Jayco's dealer network is genuinely the biggest in the country, which counts for something when you need a warranty repair in Dubbo or Townsville. But when you strip away the touchscreens and the marketing language and look purely at what holds a caravan together for 10, 15, 20 years, the Silverline is not built to the same standard as the 5 vans on this list, and every single one of them costs less. That is the trade the caravan industry doesn't want you to understand. They'd rather you buy new, buy shiny, buy expensive. The Australian caravan market is correcting hard right now. Manufacturers are collapsing left and right. Zone RV, 42 million in debt. Network RV, 30 million. Tango, Highline, Sunland. The list grows every month. But that correction means deals on quality used vans have never been better. If you're smart, if you do your homework, you can spend less, get more, and end up with a van that outlasts anything rolling off a mass production line. Do not let a glossy showroom and a smooth salesman convince you that the most expensive option is the best one. Check the chassis before you check the curtains. Share this with someone who's about to sign on the dotted line. It might save them 50 grand. I'll see you in the next one. Drive safe, and remember, it's what's underneath that keeps you on the road. This content reflects the presenter's honest opinions based on publicly available information including AC reports, federal court records, industry accreditation data, published recall notices, documented owner reviews, and first-hand trade experience at the time of recording. Individual experiences may vary. Always conduct independent research and seek professional advice before making any purchasing decision.